While enjoying a quiet vacation with his wife, Jim Barnhouse's quick thinking may have saved a life. Jim jumped into the swift river and made his way to a girl who was clinging to a rock after she slipped and fell into the river about 150 feet upstream at a popular swimming hole. The girl grabbed onto the rock at the top of Lower Falls just before the river drops 15 feet and rushes over jagged rocks. Barnhouse was able to stabilize the girl, and together they made their way to the other side of the river. Emergency personnel were notified, and they crossed the river about a mile from where the girl and Barnhouse landed, then worked their way over U.S. Forest Service roads to reach them. Jim thought only of this stranger's need of help when he jumped into the dangerous river to help a young person in need, and that is why Jim Barnhouse is our Red Cross rescue hero.
We was there on vacation in June. We've been there for probably 3 years. It's beautiful up there. It's what we like, hiking trails, beautiful mountains, rivers, anything you could ask for. Scenic overlooks. It was pretty warm at that time. It was a nice summer day and beautiful sky, you know, and we thought we'll just stop over here. And we knew this swimming hole was here. They have a nice facility and everything, and changed into our swimming trunks and jumped in the water and was playing around, jumping on the rocks and everything like that. We heard a lady screaming, and I jumped up right away and I looked over, and her daughter's in the river, floating down the river towards the waterfalls. And I grabbed our dog's leash and I just ran. I don't know why, but I ran instinctively over towards there, and I asked her what happened. She said her daughter fell in and started floating down the river, and somehow I made it across the river. I don't know. I jumped across the rocks. It was pretty wide. It was probably 50 or 75 foot wide. Somehow I got across to her, and I just basically got there when she was coming up out of the water, and I grabbed her hand and pulled her up out. She was bawling pretty good, but she was pretty brave. So I thought about it, and I thought, after she calmed down, we decided to walk up the river and see if we could find another place to come across. And we tried that for probably about at least an hour, and we couldn't find a place. We tried, and she was pretty brave. I mean, 13 years old and very brave. Her mom yelled across, "Do you want us to call them E-Squad?" So she went over and tried to use a cell phone, and no service, so she went down in the campground down the road, and the E-Squad came up, and they got up there, and there wasn't really anything they wanted to try because it was pretty swift, and so they called the park ranger. It was probably another half an hour or something like that, and they said over the bullhorn that he was coming up the back way. Before we knew it, he came up behind us and had a coat for her and some shoes, and he really rescued us from the back way. We went on a ski trail probably about, maybe a mile back to his truck. Everything else ended well, you know, no big tragedies. The ranger pulled me aside and he said, "You did the right thing."
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 rescue hero, James Barnhouse,